And there's another game on the backlog. There we go. Oh, hey everyone. Sorry, I'm just adding more games to my backlog. I beat one game, so I have to add about 30 more here. That's what we're supposed to do with backlogs, right? Hey everyone, how's it going? Total Level here, as today I just want to talk about gaming backlogs and how they can just be fun to have, right? Because I know a lot of times we kind of talk about backlogs and how, it's never ending and, we keep buying these games even though we know we're never going to finish every single game on these, right? And for sure, all these games I have here, for sure, I'm never going to finish all of them or whatever, but I really enjoy having a backlog, and I kind of just want to share why about that. So before we get into that sort of stuff, I want to kind of talk about sort of the misconceptions I've been hearing a little bit online on certain comments, because one that really stuck with me is some comments talking about backlogs where they don't really understand people going through a backlog, forcing themselves to beat a game that they hate just to get off the backlog. And I want to kind of say, that's not the case. I'm not afraid to drop a game if I don't like it, right? But I do like to experience these games, right? I want to kind of get to know them, get to see, if they're for me or not, right? And so I just kind of wanted to say, getting through a backlog, it's not just this big chore to do or anything like that. It's a fun process to kind of get through these, and yeah, I just want to share, so I hope you all enjoy this. So the first thing I want to talk about might sound a bit strange at first, but I just like the fact that a backlog never ends, it's one of those things where, again, people look at it and it's like, oh, there's no way I'm going to get through these so many hours, but I love that about it. It means that no matter what, I'm always going to have something to play, whether it's my physical collection, digital collection, or I just find some sort of emulation to try out, right? It's awesome to have all these games and to always have something different and new to play. Yes, I fall into that same category of replaying certain games, having that comfort foods type of game to go back to and everything, but I love experiencing new games, which we'll get into that too, but I just love the fact that this will never end. It means that I'll always have a video game to play, which then brings me to my second point, and that's experiencing something new. Because, you got so many different games, and if it wasn't for tackling a backlog and kind of figuring out which games I want to play in a certain year and, which systems I want to tackle and things like that, there's so many series I would not have gotten to know, and there's still so many to discover, right? I am so looking forward to the Suikoden and Lunar remasters, right? Because I've never played the originals, so that's going to be really awesome to experience those for the first time. And then other series where, because I'll go on services like PlayStation Plus and Nintendo Switch Online, Xbox Game Pass, all that sort of stuff, and then just kind of find certain games. That's how I got to know Trails of Cold Steel back when PlayStation Plus was PlayStation Now, and having that service, that's how I knew that game. I'm just like, well, let's try this, it's here, let's play it, and now it's one of my favorite series of all time, and that's how I got hooked on Falcom games. And without experiencing that, I can't imagine, not just, there's so many video game experiences I love playing throughout the years, in 2021, experiencing Lost Odyssey finally. I played a bit of it back when I was in high school, but because I was in high school, along with dealing with other things, I never really got to finish it back then, right? And then finishing it that year, wow, it was one of the best you know, it's my favorite JRPG of the 7th gen consoles, and same year I beat Xenoblade Chronicles 2, which got me hooked on Xenoblade everything, or I should say Xeno everything, you know, anything from Monolith, and yeah, it's so experiencing something new along with just kind of learning about these new games, these new experiences, gain the knowledge and learning about different cultures, and yeah, so just experiencing these video games is what makes backlogs, going through them, so fun for me, because there's so many genres that I love, and you know, there's only a select few that I really don't play at all or that much of, but most genres I love playing in. All these games you see are ones that I want to play, I want to experience, whether I get through them or if I drop them later on, like, I still want to experience them. It's really, really awesome. And then that brings me to my third point, and that's the thrill of beating a game. You know, we have backlogs of other pieces of media, of, you know, TV shows and movies to get through, maybe even some music, certain songs to listen to at some point, but for video games, because you're interacting with it, because you're experiencing it, and whether you play these games on the easiest difficulty or you play some Dark Souls type of game, right? It's like, these are thrilling experiences, and when you get to the end and those credits roll, like, it's a very satisfying feeling, you know, like, doesn't matter what difficulty you play on, you know, it's just, you accomplished something. It feels like you sat down and you went through a game, and you know, especially if it's something you absolutely love too, where, you know, you get to the end and it's a bit of that bittersweet feeling of being it, because definitely feel that too when you beat a game. Like, yes, I do have trouble picking my next game up even after I kind of lay out certain games I want to play, because it's like, you know, especially if it was such a big gaming experience for me, I do admit that, where I have that bit of a paralysis thing of looking at my game shelves and not picking a game while staring at them for like 2 hours straight, right? But still, just beating these games, it's such a thrill, it's so satisfying, and it's one of the reasons why, yeah, getting through the backlog is just, again, not a chore to me. It's a fun sort of hobby, right? And then that brings me to the fourth point, and that's, I love being able to share these gaming experiences with everyone. Especially having YouTube, you know, YouTube has made me play more games than I've ever done before, because I get to share these experiences, and recording my own gameplay is very important to me, right? And that's why I'll replay a lot of games to share them with you, along with playing new ones on the backlog and telling you about them, because, you know, that's something very important to me. Like, you know, I'll have a few videos here and there that I might, like, talk about a certain game because I hear other people talk about it, so I'm like, okay, for this recommendation, these people I know played it, love it, so you might want to check it out, but I do want to experience these games myself, you know, and to share that with everyone is very exciting for me. It's something I get pumped up to do. It's why a lot of the times, especially this year now, I want to go back and experience a lot of older ones. It's why I talked about Suikoden and Lunar. I'm super excited for those games because I want to share what I thought of those. Like, yes, it's going to be in the HD remaster form, but still, I'm excited to share with you what I think of those games when they come out, and I know a lot of people want to hear my thoughts and have those conversations, right? So that's why it's another big reason why getting through the backlog is so fun for me. And the final thing I want to talk about as to why I have fun getting through the backlog is a bit of a different one, but getting through the backlog kind of builds a lot of good habits, I find, you know, because, you know, this year especially, I'm planning which games to play and beat, and kind of figuring out, you know, playing these ones while also keeping in mind games that come out for 2025, right? And, you know, when you plan these things out and kind of have this schedule going, it can build good habits, not just for getting through a backlog and kind of planning that way, but also just other parts of your life and kind of getting to those good habits, right? And it might sound a bit weird, but I find like it does help me, even though I'm still bad at getting through the backlog because I, you know, with kind of my mental health and ADHD and everything like that, I do have trouble kind of going through, you know, playing just one game at a time. I kind of have to cycle each day of playing a different game, right? Because that's just who I am. Smarter people will play one game at a time until they get through it, right? But yeah, I just can't do that myself. But still, like, I do plan on, okay, well, this day I'll play this game, this day I'll play that game, right? And just, it builds a lot of good habits, I find. So yeah, that's kind of the 5th reason why I have a lot of fun getting through my backlog. And so those are just 5 reasons why I have fun playing and getting through the backlog that will never end here, right? So let me know what you all think in the comments down below. What do you agree with? What do you disagree with? Maybe, you know, maybe you look at backlogs as completely different and you know, something that is a bit of a chore. I would love to hear all your thoughts down below, and parts that maybe weren't in this video that you yourself love about getting through backlogs, or ones that you hate about getting through a backlog, right? So yeah, I always love to hear your thoughts. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Thanks everyone, have a great rest of your day. Hey everyone, thanks for watching, really appreciate it. If you enjoyed what you saw, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to see more. Also follow me on X, Twitch, Bluesky, and I am back on Facebook now. All links will be on my About page, so follow me there. Even if it's just for the skits I do, I need someone to follow me. Okay, probably not the best way to encourage people, but anyways, I'll see you next time. Have a great day, everyone!